very busy right now. And my agenda is super full.
Yeah.
But they were so enthusiastic. You know, like, come on, please, come. Everybody that is talking about you.
Yeah.
Everybody say wonderful things. They all say that you have incredible genetics, you know, skills, breeding programs, and say, yeah, that's true. That's my field of expertise on cannabis.
Yeah.
So say, please, come.
Yeah.
So, you know, well, I'm busy. Say, why you don't come on April? 1st of April, say. Okay, my birthday is the 8th of April, but you know what? I can come like 3-4 days. You know, I was planning a trip with my fiancé. Say, you know what? I'm gonna go there just for 3-4 days. You know, even that I don't really need the money right now, but I'm just gonna go there.
Yeah.
So I came here, Calgary, April 2019. I made a consulting to them, and they were like, wow, amazing.
Yeah.
And they put me an offer on the table. So I'm not really interested. Thank you. I'm really good with consulting.
Yeah.
And you cannot pay me.
Yeah.
This is what I say. Is like this amount of money is not enough for me to move my family and everything. Yeah. I'm gonna get married next year. Yeah. So I don't see that. So they beg me. Yeah. So I told to my wife and say, hey, I have this offer in the agenda. It's like, you're a freelance psychology. You have your team here set up and everything. We can move, but I don't know. And she was like, that would be my dream. To go and live in Canada for a few years, 3-4, probably raise our kids there. As you seriously, it's like we own a house here, we have a mortgage. It's like we're gonna get married next year. It's like, you know what, we can get married anywhere. You know, it's like, don't worry about that. This is a one-time opportunity. So I called them and say, okay, listen, my wife, she told me to accept it, but not for that amount. So we made a deal, and I moved here on September 2019. They made all the work permit and everything, and I said, you know what, let's make a 1-year contract, and if you are not happy with my skills or whatever, you know, after 1 year, just broke the contract and I go back to Spain. That's not a problem. So I came to the facility, I changed all the system, I helped them to expand ×4. I brought all my genetics, I made all the system, the QM system, the quality management system, and I made everything, all the SOPs, the system operations procedures, everything. I create a whole entire system from scratch. So after 1 year of contract, I talked to the president of the company. He offered me to be vice president of the company. I said, you know what? It's like, it's too soon. You know, it's like, let me finish, you know, my project, you know, and what all the team is set up and everything. You know, I will consider, you know, to be vice president of the company. He was like, no, your work is excellent. So they extend me 2 more years. I said, well, you forced me to extend the 2 more years because we have to extend my work permit. But that was not the deal. We have to renegotiate the contract. You're happy with me. I never asked for a bonus. I never asked for nothing. I think we need to reconsider. So, yeah. So, anyways, January 2021, he was talking to me, you know, to offer me, you know, it's like, yeah, I'm talking with investors, you know, we're thinking that probably 20 grand more. So yeah. Suddenly comes Friday, 15th of January. He came to my office and said, give me your keys, you are fired.
Wow.
I said, what? The same day that we received all the THC analysis, which was like the end of my project. You know what I mean? That I brought all my knowledge, experience, my material, everything. I brought it here. Once they got it, get the fuck out here.
Wow.
I say, sorry, what? So, man, I've been in your house with your wife, with your kids. You've been in my house, and it's like, you've been telling me that I've been doing an excellent work. It's like, you extend the work permit for 2 more years, telling the government that I made an incredible job. Like, you put all those numbers about how much money the company made thanks to me, you know, because you need to give a reason to the government to bring a work skill, you know, from as an immigrant, you know, to bring. It's like, why you cannot find this in Canada? Show me, give me a reason why. So they explain why, you know, and everything that I accomplished in a year. It's like, we need to expand the contract. 2 months later, you're fired. No reasons, no nothing, and not only that. So I went to a lawyer and say, hey, listen, my contract is being extended 2 more years, and they cannot terminate the contract like that. I say, you are right, and you're an immigrant. You have rights. It's like, they cannot bring you here you know, and let you go like that.
Yeah.
It's like, you need to sue them.
Yeah.
So, you know what? It's like, at least let's claim, you know, half of my contract, you know?
Yeah.
Because literally I spent my money and everything to come here, you know, I made my whole entire family again here, you know, I moved my dog, everything. I bought a car, you know, I sold my cars in Spain, I rent the house. You know, it's like, and now you're kicking me out? It's like, what the fuck? And so while I've been trying to claim, you know, like, hey man, you broke the contract, you have to pay me, you know? They start to accusing me to sabotage the company and do a lot of things. And man, since January 2021, my car broke. That's why I'm here, you know, bringing an Uber. But literally everything became like a nightmare to me in Canada, to me and to my wife.
When did this happen? The
January
this year. So this is all.
So I sued the company, and then I'm now forced to go back to Spain, because literally people is telling me, it's like, what the fuck, Danny, come back. It's like, we all need you here. It's like, you are an excellent worker. It's like, if they don't want you, come back here, start doing consulting again, which this is what you've been doing. But man, what people don't understand is like, I've been in this house, in that house, for almost 2 months. I couldn't even wake up sometimes. Like, man, I never thought that would affect me. I've never been fired in a job. I've been the most professional person. I always give 120%, you know, like of everything that I have. Been working extra hours every fucking single day, all the weekends. They never pay me that. I've been with insomnia for almost 2 years for that company, because they push so hard, and it's like, I'm never gonna let down nobody here. I manage 50% of the team, like 40 employees. They were reporting to me, you know. Everybody's super happy. We won the best employers of North America for the cannabis industry, thanks to me, you know. That's what they say, you know. And then they kick me out when they have everything for me. So they squeeze me everything, and I felt used. I felt like kind of raped, you know, like, you abuse me, you know, man. It's like, this is awful. This is really awful. That never happened to me, not even United States.
It got personal.
It got really personal, you know. It's like, man, you fucked my life. I didn't get married because of this company, you know, and now I have to go back to Spain. I spent all my savings, you know, on staying here and try to find another job, and people is like, fuck, we want you. It's like, but your work permit doesn't allow you to work here, only allows you to work there. And then I start to realize that they never made a work permit for my wife. They just made a visitor visa, so she has no health care here, nothing. So we are like, okay, now, and he was insisting me to buy a house and to have kids here, and I was like, yeah, I'm moving forward with all that shit, but I need all the paperwork, you know, the permanent residency. And I start to collect all the paperwork. When I called the government after being fired, it's like, no, they never did that. The only person that has a work permit is you, but not your wife.
Wow.
So you can stay legally here, but you cannot work. You need to apply for another work permit, another employer. It's like, who the fuck is gonna spend all that money now on to hire me? It's like, so people got interested, but I'm like, it's gonna take me 3-4 more months, or probably 5 or 6 to get a work permit again. I will be done, like broke, because I cannot afford, you know, be living here, and I cannot rent any other place, you know, because I don't have a contract, and she's not a immigrant, legal immigrant. She's a visitor. My wife, I'm lucky that she has a job, you know, in Barcelona, and she's still getting the money, but she doesn't have a bank account. She cannot pay anything from Spain to here. So man, I'm glad that you have a really, really good experience in Spain. I'm glad.
Let me tell you.
I wish I could have a very happy end in Canada, because I love this country and people treat me very well until the last moment.
Yeah.
And I'm just so confused now, so lost. But anyways, I don't want to ruin your day. You've been incredible.
Let me tell you a couple of things. But before I do, I'm just going to go off the clock here. Just 1 second here, okay? Hold on a second here. Finish this one here. Just 1 second here. Just so I don't get called. I appreciate... Okay, good. Thank you for sharing that with me.
No,
that's really.
I appreciate that you listen to me.
Yeah, I'm listening. It's a really harsh response to optimistic idealism. You know, you're saying, based on goodwill, you've made your way so far, and you've worked out of the integrity of your heart to say, how can I engage this world from a point where I'm doing it right? And then at the end of it all, the response has been in a really difficult way, where you were taken advantage of in a way that took everything from you, especially how you feel that way. I can only imagine how you feel right now. I didn't tell you the outcome of my story. I'm not married anymore. I had so many difficult lessons to learn since then. Some really challenging things along the way, some very deep lows along the way. I'm in a place now that's much better, and emotionally, mentally, intellectually, and I feel it was those deep lows that continue to help define. Like you're seeing a finished product in this moment right now.
Yeah.
Like you're like, okay, you look confident. You look like you're in touch with.
And I know it's gonna get way better. I just that bittersweet.
I know.
Ending here in Canada is like, I don't want to leave, but I've been forced, you know. And obviously, people is telling me once you get an open work permit, you have work here. So I will try to come back, you know, because I love this country. You know, I love my country too, and I miss my family. But nobody understands after all the COVID, all the extra hours that I had to do there, and everything that I gave, and the employees behind me, they're calling me every single day like, how you doing, man? It's like, this is unfair. It's like, we all miss you. It's like, you've